YouTube, what's going on? Back again. The question comes to mind. What does rest look like to you? Now think about this. Rest doesn't only mean laying in the bed and closing your eyes. That's not the rest I'm talking about. The rest I'm referring to is the rest that actually rejuvenates you. Because to be honest, in this day and age, that rest, that physical rest that we think we're getting at night, it's not healing our minds. It's not making us better people. It's only just making the hours pass by until we go back to our 9 to 5. That's all it's doing. It's not really truly giving us the rest we need to be creative, to really reflect and be mindful. It's not giving us that rejuvenating rest that our mind, body, and soul needs. So again, the question exalts again. What does rest look like to you? I'm going to try to define it for myself. Rest, I believe, for me, would be me just sitting down, quiet, nice environment. In my mind, I can think of like a beach, the sounds of the shores, tranquil instrumentals playing in the background, just the aroma of the ocean, the froth slushing at my ankles, and it bringing mindfulness and clarity to my mind. That's the vivid rest that I'm thinking about. Now, to be realistic, because that's a fantasy. I mean, not a fantasy, but not a lot of us can get that kind of rest in our reality now. Because either we can't afford it or we just can't do that at this current point. So honestly, rest to me is right now, in the more simpler terms, is just being more mindful. Maybe being in nature. You know what I mean? Because I feel like nature is very underrated. I feel like we really don't understand that the effects that nature can have on our mind, body, and soul. To be out in the nature, the greens, the trees. Now, I'm not saying go in the woods now, because I'm not going in anyone's woods, but I'm talking about just nature, just outdoors. You know what I mean? The sun shining down on your skin. You just looking around at your environment, being mindful. When was the last time you came out your door, you left your home, and you were mindful of nature? When was the last time? Now, I believe a lot of people's answers will vary, and a lot of people won't have that answer of mindfulness, because a lot of us are in a rush state of mind. A lot of us are rushing through our mornings. So we don't have time to look around and be like, yeah, I appreciate the sun. I appreciate the clouds. I appreciate the wind on my skin. We don't have the time to really understand that. A lot of us are just rushing to the car to sit in traffic. That's the unfortunate reality. We drive the same roads. We drive the same route. We see the same people. And it's no wonder we don't feel rested. We just feel like everything is just robotic. Our movements throughout the day are just repetitive. And you wonder why we don't feel rested as a society. Social media is running rampant. It's running rampant. We don't recharge our batteries. We charge our phones more than we charge our physical battery. We'll charge our laptop before we charge our physical body. We'll even restart our phones to make sure the apps are working properly. But we don't think about ourselves. Don't you think you need a restart? Don't you think your CPU needs to be upgraded? Real talk. Don't you think you need to be upgraded? A lot of us been using the same apps, the same mental apps for years and wondering why our mental capacity is slowing down. It's time to delete those old apps out of your mind and start upgrading. Start moving with purpose and action. And I'm speaking to myself because I feel like I've become stagnant at times. I've become a shell of myself. And this is why the subject tonight is rest. Please, guys, whoever's watching this, before I go in, please like, share, subscribe to this video. All right, so we just live in a society where everything is just rush, 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 rush. Nobody's really taking the time to really slow down, slow down. Slow it down. Everybody just wants to get everything just done quickly without enjoying the moment. And as a parent, I can honestly say this goes with parenting as well. Because a lot of times when I'm doing something for my child and my child wants to, participate in the activity that I just want to get done. For example, if I'm trying to cook something, right? My daughter may want to come into the kitchen and say, "Daddy, can I help?" Normally I would allow her to help me, right? But then there's moments in my mind where I'm like, she's going to just make me slow down more, or she's going to make me make a mess, or she's going to make a mess, and it's going to take longer. But in reality, I start to really think about it, and I'm like, let her help. This is going to be development for her. This is development for her to learn how to do things. Because the more I say no, 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 is the more I'm just trying to rush through everything. And I'm not being in the moment with her, not being in the moment with myself, not just enjoying being free, not worrying about mess, because as parents, you worry about messes a lot. Just a side note. You worry about messes, you worry about bills, you worry about all types of things. All types of things you worry about. And it just made me think about my general life and just understanding I need to slow down. Life is already in fast forward, guys. Think about when back in the day when you really enjoyed yourself, back in the day. Where responsibilities were not as much. Can you guys think back to that? Not sure how old you guys are, but can you guys think back to those moments where you didn't have as much responsibility as you had? The fun moments, those times when someone made you laugh and you had like a belly ache during the laugh. When was the last time you guys had a belly ache laughter? Can you guys remember that time? It's been a long time since I've had a belly ache laugh. Those are the type of laughs where it's like an uncontrollable laugh and your stomach hurts because you're laughing so much. Those are some of the most simplistic moments of life. Think about it. You're not thinking about anything during that time of laughter. You're just enjoying yourself so much in the moment. You are having a great time. You are just belly aching, laughing, doubled over. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I could think back to the days where the porch was like the hangout spot for all my friends. The porch. Every Saturday we will meet at the porch. All of us would be there. We spent our day on the porch. We would set our little itinerary for the day. We're going to play basketball. We're going to get some ice cream. We're going to go to the corner store. Simplistic. And I bring this up to bring up the fact that as adults, we lose this simplicity. Where has it gone? Why have we lost our we've lost our creativeness. We've lost our passion for the simplicity of life. Where has that gone? Because back in the day, I wasn't thinking about nothing that was nothing that was that I didn't need to be thinking about. Honestly, no responsibilities. I wasn't thinking about anything. Even though I had some responsibilities, my school. But to be honest, as a kid, you really didn't think too much about that at that moment. You wanted to have fun. At least that's how I was raised. I wanted to have fun. My mom was the one that really enforced going to school and making sure I get my education. But at the same time, I had a great childhood. And thinking back to it now, I'm like, where did that simplicity go? Because those moments, to be honest, I want them back. And I know it won't be in the same form. I won't fool myself to say it'll be in the same form as when I was younger. But I know adults, we should have that form of simplicity somewhere in our lives. Somewhere. It is somewhere within us. And along the path somewhere, we lost it. And we've come to a point where we've let bills, we've let responsibilities take over our whole happiness and existence. And mentally, we're a shell of ourselves. Because somewhere along the line, we've forgotten how to truly let loose. And I'm not talking about getting alcohol. Because some of us adults feel like we got to get a drink in order to let loose. We shouldn't need a drink to get loose. We shouldn't need weed. We shouldn't need any type of drug to get loose. And just be mindful in the moment and enjoy the simple things. And maybe one of your simple things is getting a cup of coffee, sitting at your table in the morning, watching the sunrise. I mean, maybe you make time to do that. I don't know. But we all have some form of simplicity that we lost. And it almost saddens me because it's like, where has those moments gone? We've become so stiff as adults. Like, sure, some of us still have a good time, but I feel like we've lost a lot of traces of what it is to really just live simplicity and understand just the quality of life of just being simple. Not having to worry about what other people are thinking, which I have a video based on what others think, and stop caring what other people are thinking. Go check that out. Because at the end of the day, we got to really hone in to what is making us happy, what is rejuvenating us, what is recharging our batteries. We got to pinpoint what these things are. We can't go through this life just being a shell of ourselves anymore. It's not fun. And then the older you get, the worse it becomes. The worse it becomes. You don't magically just jump up and start enjoying life. The simple things. A lot of us have so much goals in our heads of what we want to achieve, and that's fine. But in the midst of having these goals, sometimes we forget to be enjoying the simple things. Enjoy waking up in the morning and praying to God and saying, thank you that my car started. Thank you, I'm alive. Thank you for the small little things. I'm able to walk, breathe on my own. I'm able to have a warm place. Because trust me, we forget our blessings. We forget our small blessings. Because our mind is so caught up in the bigger goals that we want to achieve. So it's easy to forget how blessed you are while you're in the midst of trying to achieve your big goals. But just wake up tomorrow morning, God willing. Let's all wake up tomorrow morning and just say that prayer. Thank God for the small things in life. I think that's where it could begin. Just thank Him for the small things in life, because this life is precious. I'm looking on the news and I'm seeing all these tragedies with the planes. I'm seeing all the tragedies all around the world going on, and it's depressing. I cannot watch the news long term. It's hard. I got to change the channel. because to hear all of those tragedies all at one time, I feel like it's very overstimulating. Speaking of overstimulating, I don't know if you guys see the cops over there, the flashing lights. Perfect timing, right? But the world can be very overstimulating. And this is why this topic is so critical at this point. We have to know when and where we can rest. Whether it's in your home, whether it's at the library, whether it's at that place where you can get that cup of coffee or that glass of wine that you need. Not saying alcohol is the answer. Like I said, I love red wine. I love it. But if you don't overdo it, it's fine. But we got to figure out what is going to be best for us. We got to figure this out. We got to figure this out. Nobody's going to figure it out for us. So we got to know what is going to help us get to that resting point. Whether it's picking up a pen and writing between the margins, like I do. I write. That's my thing. You have to find something that you love to do. Whether it's music, whether it's another passion, maybe arts and crafts, something. You got to figure out what it is that you love to do. Because we're all good at something. We're all good at something. Don't ever think you are not good at anything. We're all good at something. And that's what makes us special in this world. And that's one of the reasons why I say, don't let any 9-to-5 job make you feel like you're worthless. We all can offer something that someone else can't offer. God has made us in a special way. He's made us all different, but interesting. So when someone tries to tell you you're not special, or you don't belong here, or you don't matter, don't believe it. We all matter. We all matter. But you gotta know that you matter. That's the thing. You have to understand that you matter. If you don't know you matter, then you're gonna allow anyone to tell you anything. And you're gonna probably believe them if your self-esteem is not where it should be. Wake up with confidence. Go into this world and figure out what's gonna make you happy. What rest you need. Take time out for yourself. These jobs are not going to promote that for you. I don't care what anyone says. They are not going, even if they do promote it a little bit, they're not going to promote it as much as you may need it. Remember that. I'm going to say that again. They're not going to promote rest as much as you need it. Right now in my mind, I'm thinking, when's my next day going to be off? Because I'm a plan something. I'm a plan some form of rest, some form of activity that can kind of rejuvenate me. And honestly, you should. Don't feel bad for taking days off. There's still people in this day and age that feel bad for taking days off. Can you believe this? Don't feel bad for taking a day off. Why are you going to kill yourself at a job? Why? You have the days. You're allowing your boss, you're allowing people at your job to make you feel bad because you can't cover a shift. No, let them cover the shift. Let them cover the shift. Or if your employer is trying to make you feel bad for not being available for a shift, let them hire somebody else. Let them hire somebody else to come in and add to the workforce so they can help out on days when you're off. It's all about perspective and how you're looking at things. Don't let anyone tell you or make you feel bad for taking a day off for your mental health, for your spirit. Because we all need this break. Like I said, the world is very overstimulating and we need breaks. We all need breaks, guys. Please like, share, subscribe this message. Peace and love to all you guys. I love you guys. Peace.